Welcome to the party.
One happy birthday, America.
There we are.
There we are. Johnny and the Greg, we are on a 4th of July. This is dropping Thursday, so Saturday is the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
If you're lucky, most people are already on their way to their locations, or you are just at your desk biting your nails ready to get to your destination. So whatever it is, whatever you guys are doing, I hope you guys do it well.
Yep.
Greg, I'm safe to speak for you that we love our country a lot. It's not perfect, but we definitely love it. We definitely love what it could be and what it's what people are striving to be. So happy birthday. Hello, did I lose you? Oh, I did lose you. You back on? There you are. Go.
I heard you the whole time.
Okay.
I was saying that America is 244 years old. And so, yeah, we still got some growing up to do as far as compared to our other brothers and sisters out there that have had countries for much longer than that. But in 244 years, I'm happy to say that, yeah, I think we've come a long way. Got a long way to go. And, yeah. We'll leave it at that. I don't want to get too serious on it.
Yeah, no, I agree. But that's shocking to me. 240 years. That's it.
44. But to 244, let's cheers America for 244.
To 1776.
There
we go.
You're not even drinking, are you?
No, man, I'm not. I've been waiting for. I've actually been kicking alcohol to see if I can just hang out with the good old. The gummy thing, to see if see if there's a difference. I feel great not drinking though.
I bet you would. Yeah, I mean,
it's not gonna last long. It's not gonna last long.
I don't get to speak to that. I guess
that's true. You don't get to partake on the other hand.
I really don't. And we've covered this topic enough on our show. We need to go on it again, but it would be interesting to run that experiment. I mean, I'm from Wisconsin. We are a drinking state for sure.
Absolutely.
So yeah. I don't know what that's gonna be like for people that will be able to just chill out. The one reason you're still in.
The one reason. I jest, people. Anyway, so Greg, what does the 4th of July mean to you, sir?
Well, I mean, there is the sentimental piece. I mean, there is that kind of America the Beautiful kind of piece where it's, honoring your country. It is the country's birthday. There's a lot of emotions that can stir up. And then there's also the America's birthday piece of me, which is all, barbecue, beers, and low-grade explosives. So...
I'm with you up until the explosives.
Oh, I get excited. Excited.
That's great. We'll go into. You know what? Well, we just go into it now. I am not. Well, why don't you let me know where you are with the explosives?
I'm a fan. I've always been a fan of fireworks. I like the colors. I like the explosions. My favorite ones are just those cannon shots. Where it's just like the flash and then the boom, and you just feel
it's just
right. No, not even the colors, just the flashlight,
the boom,
the explosion. You feel it right in your chest, and you're like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I do appreciate the Weepy Willow ones.
Oh yeah, well,
and then go up and they go.
Beautiful to look at.
Yeah, I am pretty much. I would swear that if I went every 10 years. It would be the exact same thing. I wouldn't miss much. It's not that I'm against fireworks. It's just usually what the scene is. Everybody's having a great time wherever they're at. The beers are flowing, or the drinks are flowing. The burgers are tasting good. Everybody's laughing, having a good time. Luckily, hopefully, maybe there's a lake or a pool. You get to you get to cool off in. And then somebody says, "Let's go. We got to go to the wherever local place and watch fireworks." And you're fighting traffic.
Yeah.
And you're in a field where you're getting bitten and eaten alive, and just to watch 15 minutes of ooh and ah, and then
No,
that's it.
we've had different experiences.
Okay, maybe that's my problem. Maybe I haven't.
It could be. It could
Yeah.
be. I mean, I mean, 4th of July to me growing up was always a big deal, and I think it as a kid, and I grew up small town America for sure. It was, you know, you got up in the morning. If you weren't in the parade, then you watched the parade. And as a kid, oh yeah, as a kid,
wow,
yeah, no, my hometown. I mean, absolutely. There's a parade from. I mean, there's this one long street in town that ends at a park.
Shout out to your hometown. What is it?
Broadhead, Wisconsin. And
Broadhead.
I'm pretty sure they're still doing the same thing. I haven't been there
Cool.
down the 4th for a while, but it's, you know, all the different community clubs and programs. You got the Boy Scouts. You got, you know, just stuff, and you know they're throwing candy at the kids. So when you're a kid, you're just like, "Whoa, this is great!" You're running out.
Yeah. Well, not only that, you're off.
Yeah. I mean, it's when I was a lifeguard, we had the Broadhead pool float, which was just like one walking water fight and that's Super Soakers were out at the time, so everybody had like Super Soaker, and
I remember the Super Soakers.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then as I got older, and then fireworks were always fun. I mean, it was at a park, and I understand what you're saying about the fighting of the traffic, because I did when I was old enough. I went up to Madison for a couple of their fireworks shows, and traffic was nuts.
Are they good? Are they at least good?
They were great. They had a program called Rhythm and Booms, where they set all the fireworks to music.
Now that's cool.
So it was neat.
Yeah, the more you're talking about this, the more I think, and I haven't been privileged enough to get that. It sounds like you really had that. I don't want to say down home.
Yeah, it
what
was
it should be. What 4th of July
John
should. That's
Mellencamp, born and raised at a small town type of 4th of July. Yeah, that's what I had.
Okay, well then that would make complete and total sense then, because mine was very much we go to somebody's house, we cook, and then we all cramp ourselves in a car and we drove to a field and watched wherever the local park district give off fireworks. I never once ever went to a parade.
Ooh.
Yeah, never did anything like that. So, I could see why why that would definitely be your nostalgia.
Yeah, it was very cool. We're gonna text my mom right now because she keeps trying to call me. So
okay. Well, I'll go on. I probably will change my mind though as Gwen's getting older. I can start taking her to these things, and there's always something really magical about watching your child's first reaction to things. You know, so that'll bring back some magic for sure. Yeah,
that does change. That did change my outlook a little bit. Because to me, it was like when it was a child up to like 18 in my hometown, it was one kind of fun, and then from 21 on to 28, it was a different kind of fun.
Okay, and
then when I had a kid, it turned like the first 4th of July was not so fun, or the first because it was
because you're not. You and I have talked about this, and I guess we can bleed a little bit into vacation. When you take your 1-year-old, 2-year-old, and the next couple of years, you're not on vacation. You're at a different place watching your child and then wondering, when do I get to sit down and have a drink?
Yeah, and she was, and okay, so the town we lived in, where we lived in for 10 years, for the first 10 years we had kids, that parade is like a 4-hour parade.
Wow.
Huge and long. And then one of those things where you're watching and you're like, that's cool. And then here comes like a local trucking company. And I'm like, oh, a local trucking company. What are they going to do for a float? And they just have like their giant trucks just going through.
They don't even have Optimus Prime, huh?
Not Optimus Prime. They're not even like decorated. No one's got a flag out. There's no candy being thrown. It's just the trucks, the flatbeds, the pickups, or the flatbeds, the 18-wheelers just rolling by. Yeah. And I'm like, are you even gonna, this is just, you're a rolling billboard right now. That's what you're doing. Right. So I kind of lost my taste for it, for the parade at that point. And then it's hot. It's literally the middle of summer. And when you have kids and they're hot and you're laden down with a stroller and a backpack and a diaper bag and all this other stuff, it takes away a little bit of that magic.
I would, of course, yeah.
And then fireworks are less fun because you don't get to have large exploding fireworks at the little age because it scares the shit out of them. And they go to bed at like, I don't know. I mean, up where we're at, fireworks don't start until 10 o'clock because that's when it's dark enough.
Right.
If you have a toddler, they were in bed 3 or 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
So that is less fun.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? I always used to hate the saying when people would tell me when I was in college, man, these are the best years of your life, man. And I always resented that. To this day, I still resent that. But I get a little bit on what they're saying because those days you could be carefree.
Yeah.
There wasn't this burden of responsibility that falls on people. There was this carefree nature of, I'm going to get drunk and I'm going to go to class, or I'm not. I don't know. And that's kind of how, not that it was always drinking and stuff, but I'm saying just the carefree nature. Like it was, what did you came over to our dorm room one time and we spent the whole weekend doing siphon filter.
Playing video games. Yeah. Just the whole weekend.
The whole weekend.
I mean, we did go get food at like.
I'm not sure if we did.
Did we? Did we not? Did we just order in the entire weekend?
We probably just ordered in and then went on some sort of fast.
I
remember that.
I do remember one of those days where we were kind of like, I mean, it was literally we woke up, started playing video games, and eventually it was like getting towards dinner. It was like 3, 4 o'clock, and we're like, did anybody eat today?
Yeah.
No. Drank a little bit.
That's usually when Aaron would spout out that pork chop is in every can, and he would open up a beer. He always used to say that.
That's right. Forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, and even when I got married, and I got married young, but we had 4 years, 5 years without kids.
Yeah,
where we just didn't have a kid, and that is totally different. Where it's like, I mean, if you're out somewhere, whether you're drinking or not, you're like, I mean, people just have ideas and be like, do you want to do this? Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. Did you have your kids when we went to the lake house and you rescued me out of the freezing cold water?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had kids.
You had a kid. Oh, you did.
Oh yeah. Yep. I think we had all 3 at that point.
Yeah.
In fact,
you want to tell that story? I just brought that up, and people are probably sitting there wondering, what is he talking about?
So that was a late October, early November.
Yeah, the Badgers were playing. I remember we went to a local bar to watch the Badgers.
Yeah. So our friend Aaron, it was his sister's cabin.
Yes.
On Eagle Lake, where were we?
Sounds familiar.
Something like that. Yeah. And so Aaron got it for the weekend, and we all went off.
It was a couples.
Yep, couples weekend. And I know I had kids because we were like, it's couples weekend. We don't have any kids with us. So we were excited. And we were well into the drinking hours.
Yeah.
And was it you or Aaron had the bright idea of like, let's go jump in the lake? I'm like,
if I didn't have the idea, I threw lighter fluid on the idea.
I'm like the 40-degree lake where everybody took the piers out like a couple of weeks ago because winter's coming and that's just it. And you're, let's go do that.
Yeah, let's go do that. Yeah.
And I wasn't drunk enough to be like, yeah, that's a great idea. I was like, this is a bad idea. But then all the other dudes were doing it, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I should do it. And it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, you caved for peer pressure. I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't going to kill me, so it wasn't a bad. It was a dumb decision. It wasn't a bad decision. It was just kind of like, oh, this is going to be cold.
It was actually.
Well, we didn't know.
It was actually a bad decision for you and I think one other guy because you guys sliced your feet up.
It was just me. No one.
It was just you. Okay. You just got it.
So we go in and like there's no pier, so it's not like we're jumping off. We just walk right in, and it was cold, Aaron was like, okay, he got in like up to his waist and said, I'm out. So he
Yeah.
left. You're like, I've got to duck under. I'm like,
Yep.
we got to duck under. Okay, fine. We dug under, come back up. And it was cold enough that it just hit you like that ton of bricks that, and you couldn't move.
Yep. I was frozen. I said, Greg, I can't move. And Greg's laughing at me. I'm like, no. I can't move, Greg.
So you make it sound like you were calm. No, I can't move. I can't move. I can't move. And your face was like beet red. You're just like, oh. You couldn't. And I was like, holy shit. John's going into shock. So I literally grab you by one armpit and your swim trunks and just
threw me up on the beach.
pull you on there, and then I walk out, and like I'm numb from the waist down. I'm like, all right. So then our wives are waiting with towels and terms of endearment as they were just calling us idiots. Yeah. We dry off. I remember putting my slippers on, and I'm like, my foot's not dry yet. I pull it out, and I'm like, oh, I'm bleeding, and I have like literally down my entire toe. It was like, it's like, oh, I can like pull it apart. That's not good. And then Aaron's like, oh yeah, there's zebra mussels in the lake. I probably should have told you that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Zebra mussels are little shell things that you can crack on them and easily slice your feet open.
Yeah, they're like razor sharp.
Yeah.
And so that was I just told this story to my oldest daughter.
Did you?
Yeah, because she was asking, have you and Johnny done anything stupid? yeah, actually we have. So
does the podcast count?
Yeah, we've got listeners. A couple.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Ireland. How you
doing?
Ontario. No, that's English. No. Anyway, I probably should have had stitches on that toe. I probably should have gone on, but I didn't. And it's fine. It's still there. It's fine.
Yeah. So, that was a good time. That was fun. So anyway,
back to 4th of July, which is
back to 4th of July. Back to 4th of July.
So you said you did the barbecue, then piling any other like traditions or anything.
I'm really thinking about it, and I think going to somebody's house. Here's the deal, and I'm going to get a little bit personal into how I was raised. I didn't really grow up in a, how do I say this? It was structured, but there were a lot of times I wasn't sure how much I would eat or if I would eat at all. Okay. So as I'm thinking about this more, when we would get these opportunities to go to people's houses and eat, this was my time to gorge.
Oh, okay.
Because I would know. And then you're taking me away from food to watch a bunch of fireworks, which in my priorities, that's not a priority.
Yeah, sure.
Food is a priority. So I
Can
think
we
that
take
had
the chips with us.
Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with it. Was the idea was that, oh wow, I get more than just one chicken breast. I have to I get the, and that's the age when you're a teenager where you got like a hollow leg, man. You can just put in whatever is like in front of you, and you can eat your friends if he doesn't eat his and whatever. But so I think that had a lot to do with it. A big part of it was also just the idea of a day off. It like my mom worked 3 jobs, so when she got off on the 4th of July, it was usually just to pass out and sleep and recover because she had to work the next day. If she got off, if she didn't get off, then I was pretty much by myself until she got home. So it wasn't really your experience. It wasn't like get up in the morning, go check out a parade, let's hang out with the family, let's cook, let's go swimming, let's watch fireworks. That sounds like a fantastic, I understand why it'd be a big fun deal for you. Yeah. And it also kind of makes me want to think that maybe I should find a local parade here and start getting Gwen in that,
Well, if they have them this year they're kind of sparse.
But. Yeah, you're right. I keep forgetting about COVID.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting that caution fatigue.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Yeah, where it's like I didn't wash my hands, and I don't know.
Grocery shopping today, and Chris was like, "Aren't you going to wear your mask?" And I'm like, "Oh, fine."
Right, and I'm waiting to hang on. I gotta. I'm waiting for that moment where if I were to get it, go, ah, damn it. Like, you were an idiot. You weren't safe enough. You were being, and I gotta really still stay focused because I work out there every day. But anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you have any plans this year? Like,
I'm
going
to, no, not to Broad. I haven't actually been there in quite a while for a 4th, because as fun as I had in my time, that would not be my kids' experience. I mean, it would be different. Okay. But we plan. Let's see. It's a Saturday, so that changes things a little bit.
That does. It's weird. Are you off Friday or are you off Monday?
Well, I took off Friday, but I didn't have to. Okay. And we actually, my department has a little bit of shakeup now. My department has been pretty much cut in half in the past month. Most recently, one guy he did two things. He took a different position, and he's on maternity leave. So
you said maternity leave?
Maternity leave, yes. Okay, so congratulations to Ben.
Yes, of course.
He doesn't listen to the show. I don't even know if he knows I have a show. But so it was those things where we're trying to figure out, like, if we can get coverage, then I get Friday off. Mm-hmm. And if we don't have coverage, then I'm working on Friday. So
right. Okay. So you kind of have it off, or you don't?
Well, I will know by Wednesday, I think. If I have. Okay. So we'll see.
So what are you doing Saturday?
Saturday we're going to be at my friend Dan's house. Okay. He's got a great fire pit, a pretty good deck. So he's got 3 little kids. They're older than Gwen. But his youngest is just turned 2, so a little bit older than Glenn. Right. So we're gonna be at his house, and then, like, from his yard, like a half a block away, is a spot where we could watch the town's fireworks.
Oh, cool! So you get a good seat.
I think so, and I think they're having them. So as far as I know, we could do that. The other thing is, I know a guy that runs a firework sales tent. Mm-hmm. So I could drive down to Broadhead and honestly just come with him. I would present him with cash and say, give me the best of what I can get for this. Right. And he would piece together. He would piece together a little fireworks show for me and say, there you go. So
that's cool.
I might do that. There's some back and forth on whether that's going to happen or not, because I might buy another brisket, and it's probably around the same price that I would spend.
I was shocked. I was already shocked when you told me about any type of braising or.
Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna. If I don't do the brisket, I'm gonna do a pork butt.
Okay.
Which, getting to the point where pork butts are not that difficult. So that's definitely going to be a thing. I'll be smoking something. And if I do a brisket, that's going to be one of those things where I put it on at midnight the night before.
Yeah.
So it's done by the time we would have lunch the following day. So
that's sweet.
So it might be.
So is that in your garage, Greg?
Right now it is, yeah.
So you keep your garage door open while it's smoking?
Oh, yeah, totally.
I would think so.
I don't really have, I've got a deck, but there's currently no railing on the deck, and I'm not and I live in a spot where it's if the wind picks up, it's very windy. Okay. I've lost 3 gas grills just blowing off my deck.
You never found them? You never found them?
Oh yeah, no. Okay. It's like
geez.
We're sitting in the living room during a storm, mm-hmm. and you hear crash.
Oh,
dude.
Oh, no.
And I tried putting
rocks and bricks.
Yeah, all this stuff, and the wind will eventually just go boom and just kind of flip it over. So after my second loss, I was like, and getting the smoker, I'm like, this smoker is not going on that deck until we've got it figured out. But we actually were looking just today. We're looking at maybe expanding the deck and making it a little bit nicer, a little bit more of a hangout kind of place. So.
Oh, cool. That'll be fun.
That could be happening.
Yeah, we're doing a bunch of renovations in the house. We're trying to figure out budgets. We got a roofing We got to do roofing. We got to do. We're thinking of taking up all of our carpeting, our white carpeting, and putting in floors.
Hardwood floors.
Yeah. Just because we're starting to figure out, and I told her this, but we're figuring out that a white carpet with a 2-year-old running around, nope. And a 42-year-old or 44-year-old running around isn't good.
Yeah,
it's not good.
We've never had white carpet, but I remember in the first house when our kids were little, from our dining room to our living room was like this giant open area. I don't know if you remember that or not, but so the kids would just sit. I mean, we're sitting at the dining room table, right?
Yeah.
And it's like spaghetti night. And, you know, 2-year-olds with spaghetti means you cut it up real small, and they're grabbing it with their fists, or maybe not 2-year-old, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
It didn't really stop them from grabbing handfuls and being like, and putting,
of course,
and then landing in the living room. And I remember complaining to my friends one time. They're like, "Why are you letting your kids eat spaghetti in the living room?" I'm like, "I'm not letting them eat spaghetti in the door."
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we're getting things done too. So lots to come in the year 2020, or the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021.
Well, it's a stack. I mean, the guys that I know, really the only guys that I would have build it.
Yeah.
I know they're super busy. So we'll see if that actually happens before like Thanksgiving.
Yeah. If anybody out there knows a good roofer that is in the Illinois area,
Northern Chicago area.
Yeah, northern Chicago area. Let me know. So I think our plans are probably pretty simple. Somewhere along the line, I'm off Friday, so I got a 4-day week, and I will be one of those days we're gonna go find a lake somewhere, because
you guys like that stuff.
The lake stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm a pool guy. I'm not a lake guy.
I grew up at Lake Geneva. So
that's true.
My summers were on a pier all day.
And it's weird. I mean, I was a lifeguard when I was 16. I mean, so we're talking a long time ago.
Do you not trust the lake?
No, not with children. Not with children.
I see. Okay.
Because, I mean, and that's one of those things where I remember sitting in my lifeguard class, and I'm like, if a kid sinks to a bottom of a pool, I can see that.
You can see that, yeah.
If a kid sinks to a bottom of a Wisconsin lake, you're not seeing anything.
No, that's true.
So I was like, man, I would hate to. I mean, first off, I kind of have a little bit of issues with lifeguards in general, because I know when I was 16 and people were dropping their children off at the pool to leave this guy in charge of their kids' safety for a day.
Wow, I don't know, man.
I took the job seriously. That's
what I was going to say.
Everybody there did.
Yeah. But you were not the one that I think anybody had to worry about.
Oh, there were a couple guys that just thought, well, this is just, we're going to get a tan all summer.
We're going to get a tan. Talk to some hot girls.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's not this job.
Oh, you remember Stranger Things?
Of course I do.
The lifeguard.
Mm-hmm.
Was any of those guys, were they hunting for like some older girls?
I don't think so.
What am I being coy for? Just, were there anybody looking for some hot moms?
No. There were certainly some there.
Yeah.
We had
we
had a kiddie pool, which is just like this almost zero depth kind of thing. I remember, it was like you sat, was it 15 or 20 minute shifts is where you sat in the chair and then they rotate you to a different spot. And I remember being, 16, 17, 18 years old, sitting in the kiddie pool area with all the new moms, and they're just kind of, I mean, it's swimsuit season. They're kind of hanging out. And you're like, look at the kids, look at the kids, look at the kids, look at the kids.
Yeah.
It happened. Not going to say it didn't.
I'm sure. Of course it does. It has to happen.
So, but for the most part, lifeguarding is people dropping off their, upper elementary to middle school kids for daycare because they don't have anywhere else to go. So They would just hang out at the pool.
That was funny. I was talking to my sister the other day, and I was telling her, do you remember the summer where from the age of 4 till we just became adults and we no longer hung out in the summer, we were all over the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, there is no way, and I'm thinking right now, and I'm thinking, I don't think it's going to get better. So my thought is
I don't think it's gotten better or worse. We just know a lot more now.
Yeah, I think that's, and I said to my sister, I said, do you think, do you let your kids just do what we used to? She's like, oh my God, no. I'm like, yeah, I can't see myself letting just go for the day. And she'll come back at night,
Yeah.
But that's what I did. Yeah. My mom's rule was if the streetlights come on, you should be home.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't even know that I necessarily had the streetlight rule.
Yeah.
Because we weren't, it was a small town. I mean, there weren't that many places to go. I mean, it was
true.
If you weren't at this friend's house, you were at this friend's house. And if you weren't at this friend's house, you were over at this park.
Maybe that's the what's the word I'm looking for? A good thing about a small town, because I grew up in Williams Bay, and that was kind of a small town, not during the summer because all the people from Illinois came in, but for those of you that do not know, Williams Bay is the bay of Lake Geneva. So there's Lake Geneva, there's Williams Bay, and there's Fontana, and those are the 3 cities that surround the lake. So we were in Williams Bay.
And Lake Geneva had huge Chicago tourism coming north.
Oh, yeah.
Chicago's Rich and Famous came to play up in Lake Geneva.
Yep.
Didn't Hugh Hefner have a house on Lake Geneva at some point? That was
it's not that he had a house. He originally had, I think it's called
the Playboy Club was
the Playboy Club was there, and now it's called Interlake Inn or Lake Geneva View or something like that. The hotel got took over and got renovated and stuff like that. But for a long time, yeah, absolutely. Axl Rose had a house on the lake there. I believe. Okay, I've heard this. I haven't actually had it confirmed. If you want to Google it, you can. I always heard, and I never cared to Google it, that Take Me Down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty is all about
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think that's true.
I don't think it sounds very much more like a Florida thing, but
it sounds more like what is where's that place in New York? Atlantic City.
Oh, okay.
That was probably what he was talking about. I don't know.
Well,
anyway,
Broadhead is a farming town in the winter, and it's a farming town in the summer. So, I mean, they're really
nothing there.
Nothing. I mean, nothing. Although when we're talking about famous people, Willie Nelson used to camp there every summer.
Okay.
And no one knew. No one knew.
That's awesome.
Because he would come in, and I think it was called Camp Crazy Horse. Still is. It's still there.
Okay.
And he would just show up, knew the owners. The owners knew him, okay, they're okay. We'll put you way back there. Yeah. And I don't even know. He didn't come to the local grocery store, of which there is only one. I don't know if he just had other people go and get his stuff or how.
He probably came already. He probably came around.
Just stocked, yeah. But he came every summer. He would stay a week or two, I guess.
Yeah, I'm looking up to see if Paradise City had anything to do with Lake Geneva. I heard it did, but I don't think so. Song facts. Well, that's Welcome to the Jungle.
While you're looking that up, I was hanging out with my brother last weekend, and he told me that in the next town over, I think it's Albany, that is the name of the town. Well, it is the name of the town. I think that's the one he was talking about. It's a friend of his was at another guy's house. And Chris O'Donnell, who played Robin and is now and one of the NCI.
One of those, NCI. Yeah.
His brother lives in Albany, and I was like, "What?" And they grew up in Waukegan, Illinois, or something like that. So, the guy that was telling me, he's like, "No, you're not Chris O'Donnell's brother." And so he pulls him up on the phone and hits a FaceTime. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, well, this guy doesn't believe I'm your brother. He's like, show him the phone. And he shows him the phone. It's Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, that's kind of fun.
All right. Well, I don't think there's a lot of paradise cities in California, one's in the Sierra Nevada, so I think that's probably what they were talking about. But here's a fun fact about it. Slash, remember Slash the guitarist?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Slash wanted the chorus to be "Take me down to the paradise city where the girls are fat and they got big titties." He hated the grass is green line, but the band overruled him to make the song more radio friendly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Speaking
that
of
sounds like
bands, did you ever watch The Dirt on Netflix about Motley Crue?
Oh.
That's a good one to watch.
Sounds like we need to do that.
Ooh, yeah, it's make sure the kids are in bed and not around because
yeah. Well, our TV right now is being taken over by Dory, Finding Dory.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's it, Greg. There is nothing else. There's not Little Nemo. There is Finding Dory, and it's on like I had my Fire Stick, my Amazon Fire Stick, tell me it's overheating. It told me, it's no shit. It told me at the corner of the TV, it's like your system's overheating. I was like, okay. I'll have to find this elsewhere.
For us, Kate's film was called Hoodwinked.
I remember Hoodwinked.
It is a not great animated tale. It's like a fractured fairy tale. I don't even know who made it. It's like some.
Is that what the gnomes? The gnomes?
No. It could be the same company. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's got some voice talent in it, but it's so strange. And she loved it.
Yeah.
And you watch it now, and you're like, I don't think I could do this right now. I mean, because I was on repeat over and over and over.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, good news is she likes Dory. Dory's not bad.
Yeah. Well, you're still gonna get sick of it.
Oh no, without a doubt, I'm gonna get sick of it. Anyway, all right. I think we'll wrap it up, man. Don't you got some brisket to fire up and start?
Well, yeah. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. The world of smoking in general. Once you start to get into it, it is
endless.
Right?
Yes.
Oh man,
yes.
Different. You find different pit masters that you become openly fans of, and you're like researching their process. But then you're like, okay, that's their process, but I don't have that type of smoker. So what do I got to do? So then you look at your type of smoker and who's good at that. And you're trying to meld the two together. So
it's weird. When somebody once told me that there are levels to everything, that's the level I was in. I don't think I'm so much into it now, but when I started growing this beard, I was searching everybody with beards. I think I sent you a beard the other day thing going like, look, he has your beard.
You send me stuff for weeks.
All the time. Yeah.
This is what we're going to do with our beards. And I'm like, okay.
And I had so many products I was testing out, seeing if they would work, if they didn't work, if I liked it, if I didn't like it. And you're just like, yeah, I'm just growing it.
But for the product stuff, you got to use it for like a month before you really get to.
That's true. I used it for about a week.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't like how this works.
I just bought a new beard wash because I was like, pick that one. So,
like, what was it? What's it called? Your beard wash.
I don't even remember the name. I was going for the Everyman Jack.
That's it, Everyman Jack. Yeah,
which was carried by Target, but the Target I usually go to didn't have much. They had the beard balm and they had the beard oil, and I'm like, I'm still pretty good at that. I'm looking for wash and conditioner, but
yeah.
All
right. We are going to transition to our fact of the day to end this podcast. No way. How do I share? I got to share this to you. Teens in Bulgaria are vandalizing Soviet-era statues to look like American superheroes, and Russian embassies demanding them to stop. They're pretty good.
Yeah,
they're good.
There was one, was it of Lenin, I think, where he's got like this overcoat on, and it's kind of flowing in the wind, and they totally spray painted him like Batman.
You see it?
Not yet. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Look at that. Yeah. We have a Superman. Is that Ronald McDonald behind him?
I'm going to say yes. It's either that or it almost looks like Pennywise.
Yeah, and then Captain America. I
think Wonder Woman, Robin.
I think Robin. Is that Santa?
Santa, Joker, Wolverine.
And I don't know who the guy in front is, but maybe you see that dude from Toy Story?
I think he's just like a Green Army guy, like the toys.
Okay. Yeah, like the toys. Yeah, good job, guys.
Way to go, Bulgarian teams.
Yeah. All right. So that'll be it. So everybody out there, thank you for listening. Enjoy your weekend. Happy birthday, America. Stay safe. Don't light firecrackers in your hand, and
or out your ass.
Yeah, or out your ass. Yeah, and don't point them at somebody. It's a good idea. I get it. At the moment, it's such a good idea because Charlie's gonna laugh his ass off when he gets hit. It's gonna be great, but it could literally go through him. I've seen it happen with a Roman candle. So let's not do that, guys. Be safe out there. Thank you for listening. Johnny and the Greg out. Catch you later, folks. I can't stop recording. My mouse isn't working.